All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about 5-4 again today, but this time we're breaking it up into part 2. Yesterday we talked about the intersections. Today we are talking about the unions. So a union is a compound inequality containing the word or. In a union, at least one of the inequalities is true. So at least one, which means two of them could be true. The resulting graph is a union, so that's some important information. Make sure you get that written down, and we will get started here with our first example. All right, example number 1. Solve 4k minus 7 is less than or equal to 25. Or, we'll do this one over here, give it a little bit of space. 12 minus 9k is greater than or equal to 30. So we'll get started here. To get the k by itself, we have to first, just like our normal multi-step equations, get rid of the addition or subtraction. So we're left with a 4k is less than or equal to a 32, because the opposite of minus 7 is plus 7. Then we'll divide both sides by 4, and k is less than or equal to 8. So on my number line, I have an 8 over here, closed in circle, and k is less than or equal to it. All right, different color, different problem, same part of the problem, I guess, for a compound inequality. So to get the k by itself, we're going to get rid of this 12. So we subtract 12 from both sides. This is a subtraction sign. Let me get rid of it so I don't make things look confusing. I made a mistake. All right, all good now. So a negative 9k is greater than or equal to a 18, and we have to divide by a negative 9. Ding, 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 negative 9. That's the bell. When we divide by a negative, remember our sign is going to switch. So k switches to less than or equal to a negative 2. So this is the other part. Let's get our red first part, and going back to blue, we'll graph this one now. K is less than or equal to a negative 2. So that's a closed circle at negative 2 and going to the left. Now if we look at this information, we can see that the very first one, k is less than or equal to 8, overlaps the k is less than or equal to negative 2. So the only one thing that we care about is this guy. That's our answer. That's the one that is being, it's kind of taking over the greater, that k is less than or equal to a negative 2. So this line overtakes the other one. That's why it's only one of them has to be true. So all of these are going to be solutions to this specific compound inequality. All right, moving on. Next problem, example 2. We have an a plus 1 is less than 4, or an a minus 1 is less than 3. So minus 1, plus 1, plus 1. I'm going to see if I can get these all done at one time. Plus 1. And then we go back, get a different color. Those cancel, those cancel. A is less than a 3, or a is less than a 4. All right, so a is less than a 3, a is less than 4. To graph this information, we have open circles at both of them. And if a is less than 3, that shades this direction. And if a is less than 4, that also shades this direction. Which means that we're going to include every single number that is below 4. So this is our inequality's real solution. All numbers less than 4 have to be a part of our solution then. Everyone's okay with that one? Yes, Sister Ruben. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad I could hear that response. Yesterday someone told me I couldn't hear them. I was listening. X is less than or equal to 9. That's already something we can graph. Or we have the 2 plus 4x is less than 10. That's our next problem. New colors, subtract 2. Is that a different color? I didn't think so. Subtract 2 from both sides, and we get ourselves with a beautiful 4x is less than 8. Divide by 4, and we get x is less than 4. So if x is less than or equal to a 9, or less than a 4, this should get ourselves a nice compound inequality again. So x is, here's our 4, here's a 9. Less than or equal to 9 means a solid circle and shading to the left. X is less than 4 is an open circle shading to the left. So all of our solutions have to be less than or equal to 9. So that includes 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and all the way down into negative infinity. That is our specific solution. So in that beautiful notation, we would say x, where x is less than or equal to 9. This is what your book always shows for answers. All right, folks, this is your homework. Hopefully you are understanding how to solve these union types of compound inequalities. I wish you the best of luck. This is Burmanation, signing